What is up, everybody? Am I live? Hey, folks, we're gonna go ahead and get this to rest. Let me put this poll up so I can see where we at. All right. So we got this poll up here. I want to let me publish. This is annoying. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. So let me know in the comments which team you are on. Sorry, my bad, guys. Okay, we live. I want y'all to let me know in the comments which team you on. The purpose of this live is to give you nothing but facts. At the end of it, I don't care which side you're on. I'm not trying to convert you from a fan. Love your side, but love it proudly because we're presenting nothing but the facts. Nicki Minaj done drove Megan literally to the bank. Literally. This is one of the situations where you have to know your power, and Nicki does not. Can y'all hear me? Because obviously I can't tell. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. And guys, I can't see the comments. I'm trying to. There we go, there we go. Y'all work with me. Y'all know it'd be a little miss. And guys, I can't see the comments. So if you hear, click the poll. Let me know which side you're on. If you have any questions, drop it down and I will present some facts. So all of this mess has been going on with Nicki Minaj, and it has been a mess. It has been an absolute mess. And Nicki started all of this and she caused all of this. But Nicki is very strategic too. Megan Thee Stallion today has signed a one-of-a-kind deal, distribution deal. She is still an independent artist and she owns all of her publishing and her masters. Something that Nicki Minaj does not own because she was signed under different umbrellas. She was signed to Young Money, who was under another label, etc. Megan Thee Stallion has been able to do that. So she has a distribution deal with Warner Music, and she is managed by Roc Nation, which I believe is the sole foundation of this beef. So Megan Thee Stallion came out with his, and she did the infamous Megan's Law Megan's Law line. Nicki Minaj felt the way and was like, bitch, you talking about my family. This is where all the lines have been crossed. And then Nicki Minaj started talking about conjure up your mother and apologize for lying on her. And you lied on your dead mama. You mess with your mama's man. All types of stuff. To where it seems like it's this personal beef. It's like you got beef with her. But if anybody that's really beefing with a person, you know that if you got personal beef with somebody, you're going to address it. Unless you're scary. You know, this is not a personal beef. This is a career-oriented beef. But Nicki Minaj has lost so much control to where she had to jab at her personally because it has worked in the past. The one thing that has worked against Megan Thee Stallion is her personal life and the things that she does and what, her sexual life and her preferences and all of that stuff. But all of this has everything to do with Rock Nation. And we're gonna get into those facts. Nicki Minaj actually has been dissing Rock Nation lately. Even before this beef with Megan, she has been coming for Beyonce directly. Let's pull the lyrics up. Gotta take that off. How you guys doing this beautiful Friday? By the way. I got it. Kelsey, this Nicki. So, if you remember, Nicki Minaj and Megan did the song Hot Girl Summer. If I can recall correctly, that was Megan Thee Stallion's first big feature for someone that was in the industry. It was Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj. She got on Hot Girl Summer. After that is when Megan got with Beyonce, Cardi B, and then she was signed to Roc Nation. I don't know if it's in that particular order, but these are all of the things that was going on. Nicki Minaj loved Megan Thee Stallion. That was like the first other woman artist that we saw Nicki embrace. And they had a fun time together. They are responsible for that little sound on TikTok. Ooh, get it. That's them two. They had great chemistry together. And Nicki Minaj even opened up how that live happened. It was like a moment that needed to happen. Like it wasn't even planned. So from what I am gathering from that ordeal is that Nicki Minaj feels like, Megan, I opened my arms to you. I embraced you. I was your first big feature, and I didn't even charge you for that feature. So when Megan started making these different moves in the industry, Nicki Minaj kind of felt shaded a little bit. She didn't know, Nicki Minaj has been in the industry for so long. She has experienced so much. She has experienced people, 1 minute like her, the next minute don't. So she's always on the fence because there's no friends in the industry. I cannot blame her for that. I think from the moment that Megan went from Beyonce to Cardi B and then signed to Roc Nation, Nicki Minaj was kind of like, you're an opportunist. Nicki Minaj has mentioned in her radio show that, people will use you and then they would discard you, all of that kind of stuff. And Savage, Beyonce says, if you want to see some real ass, baby, here's your chance. Love, cheat. Oh, and I forgot to put the disclaimer out here, guys. We're going to talk about the facts here. But make sure you catch me on Dambrielle's platform. We go live once a week, and we're going to talk about all of these facts. So if you miss it, or if you're not able to get the information that you want, we will be talking about it again, just doing a full review. So back to Savage. Beyonce said, if you want to see some real ass, baby, here's your chance. Right? Now, granted, that's not really guaranteeing that Beyonce is talking about Nicki. But like I told you, Nicki Minaj, she's kind of on defense now. Nicki Minaj is like, if you're linking up, if you're linking up with these other people, I don't know what side you're on. Nicki Minaj is very passive aggressive. She do not approach people directly. If she have a problem, she's not direct with that. She kind of just sit back and watch and take notes, and she comes up with her conclusion, and she goes from there. But she's always prepared for them to take it the other direction. But she throws shots, indirect shots. And she's kind of like, well, if it's not a problem, then, why are you responding type thing? Anyways, so Savage was dropped. Let me go right here. Yeah. So Savage was dropped in 2020. And we was during COVID. We was all doing the dance. Nicki Minaj got on, was it Say So? Somebody fact check me. Let me know. And she said, why you talking about who body fake with all them fillers in your face? You just full of hate. That real ass and keep your nigga home. Now you looking silly. That's word to silicone. Now this is around the same time that Meg and Beyonce dropped Savage. And Megan won her first Grammy. So Nicki Minaj is already feeling slighted. When it comes, I like them both not picking a side. Both of them are shady. when it comes to the situation with Meg and Nicki, Meg kind of, I mean, Nicki kind of feels like Megan didn't deserve. She didn't deserve to get signed to Rock Nation so fast. What other women rappers have Rock Nation signed? If Rock Nation should have signed anybody, Nicki feels like, these are my opinions, guys. I'm telling the story in third person. Nicki Minaj kind of feels like, if anybody should have been signed, it should have been me. I am the Nicki Minaj. But Megan Thee Stallion got signed, and then it all went up from there. Nicki Minaj idolizes Jay Z, idolizes him. She said multiple times that if she would not have signed to Wayne, she would have signed to Jay Z. Wayne and Nicki Minaj are both from New York. Nicki Minaj came down south to ride the wave to get her career up, but deep down inside, she would have loved to and would have preferred to sign to Jay Z. But Megan Thee Stallion did in some form. So that's what this is all about. Nicki Minaj started taking shots at Meg. Nicki Minaj claims that Megan begged her, was begging her, but right here it shows that Nicki Minaj actually voluntarily did it. This is her speaking about her her writing on Hot Girl Summer. So true. So with this, the backstory, fans were speculating on Twitter that Megan and Nicki was going to do a song together, and she said, "So true. I was right on the verge of losing my voice, and it was mad late, so I was already sounding like a man. But once I heard the song, I fell in love. Wrote it before I went to sleep. None of that was planned. I had no idea Meg was on live or that she would want to go live together." So Nicki Minaj, saying that Megan begged her, it's like she volunteered as well. So Nicki started dissing Megan, and then Nicki comes out with a story pretty much telling what her issue was with Meg, which I think is complete bullcrap because it just doesn't make sense. And I remember this episode. She says, "Imagine posting photos that you are pregnant and the person doesn't even like it or say congratulations. But then when you post that Beyonce, let's keep the pattern, guys. It's about Rock Nation and Mega's affiliation with Rock Nation. But then when you post that Beyonce sent you flowers congratulating you, the person then tried to send you flowers thinking that, oh, I could use this as an opportunity. I told you Nicki feels like Megan is an opportunist, as she does everyone else. She'll post the flowers. I didn't even let them in the house. When a fan relayed Nicki Minaj's comments to Megan, she responded with all caps, lie. And I have that screenshot as well. Minaj also made references to an emerging female rapper she felt she had supported and championed, then felt let down or betrayed by. So from the beginning, Nicki Minaj felt like Megan used her for an opportunity and just pretty much was going on about her business. Because Nicki has this thing to where Nicki Minaj, she says that she's the queen. So if she open her arms up to any woman rapper that comes into the game, she feels like they're supposed to have unwavering loyalty to her. So with Megan Thee Stallion linking up with Cardi B, that was an automatically, and I can imagine that what Nicki says is true, that Megan probably did call Cardi, whatever she called her. But that's what any female rapper does when they meet Nicki Minaj, is they take sides. That's how you win over Nicki Minaj, So Nicki Minaj felt like Meg, was just kind of using her because after it, Megan wasn't like kissing her behind and all of that kind of stuff. And then she linked up with Rock Nation, and she felt like it was all against her. So this is why I need a manager. Right here. After Nicki Minaj did that show, This is in 2022. Somebody came and said Nicki Minaj is accusing you of encouraging abortion and child endangerment with alcohol. This is something. This isn't something to stay quiet on. And Megan Thee Stallion said lie. Now around this time, this is like, what is it, September? This is like right before the trial with Megan. So Nicki Minaj, did all of this and said Megan was doing all of this stuff, but Megan denied it. Then Nicki Minaj started dissing Meg. Got so many sources open. Then she started dissing Meg. 700 on them horses when we fixing to leave, but I don't with horses since Christopher Reeves. We all knew that was to Megan. Then the Doritos, which is, Megan had Flamin' Hottie and Doritos, 40 cal, make them dance like go-go. So she has been taking shots about Megan in general. Megan finally responded with Megan's Law, and Nicki Minaj freaking lost it and said that she was talking about her family. So that's gonna be the first part, y'all. Deshaun says Nicki did a song with Sierra. I'm out knowing Future and Sierra had beef due to their past relationships, and their son then turned around and did a song with Future being sneaky. People been having the nerve. Can't expect loyalty when you aren't loyal. And that is very true. I do think in this situation that, baby mama, baby daddy beef is a little different, because you don't know if they smashing on the side. But Nicki wouldn't choose sides in the beef. Nicki Minaj is the puppet master. She's the puppet master. Nicki Minaj is not about to allow some other rap girl tell her to beef with somebody else. She just don't. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I never really seen Nicki Minaj choose a side in anything, because Nicki is probably in the middle of it. Not something that's not her own beef, but Nicki Minaj does it, and she doesn't like it when someone is like her, because she kind of be like little girl in these rappers. Like JT liking Nicki Minaj's song, Bigfoot, when Megan was the only one screaming free JT. When Cardi B, did the first song with her, like Nicki Minaj, like to little girl these rappers, and they allow it, except for Megan Thee Stallion. Let me know what questions y'all have on that. We're finna go on to get to the next topic. So you saw that Nicki been throwing shots at Meg, and with her incident. I need to get a little bit closer. So Nicki been throwing shots, Meg, about the incident. And let's talk about that. Nicki Minaj also has linked up with Kelsey, and people are thinking that Kelsey has a reason, but Kelsey was just an opportunist. She was the real opportunist. Kelsey was mad that she was left. She was just left in the dust. Kelsey was just about that money. Dick riding. Let's talk about the trial. And I'm gonna give you time. What do you guys think about the shooting with Meg and Tory Lanez? What you think about it? You think Kelsey shot her? You think Tory's innocent? You think Megan lied? Let me know what you think, and we're gonna clear all of this stuff. So first off, when it comes to Megan not being shot at all, I hope we've gotten past that, guys. I hope we can all accept that Megan was shot. You cannot go to trial. You cannot go to trial for something that does not have something, as far as an injury, that does not have any medical proof behind it. You can't. Megan didn't press charges. The state of California pressed charges on Tory. State of California did that, not Megan. Megan was the witness, but she didn't press charges. If you think of any black man um, who's not supposed to be around guns and got three different gun charges but only got 10 years, Tory got off very easy. And with one of those charges being assaulting someone, he got off very easy, which leads me to believe that it wasn't some smear campaign that Rock Nation came up with. You got 10 years? If they was trying to put you away, they was gonna put you away. Tory got off very easy, and I think the celebrity status, and I think the judge had a I think the judge, in my opinion, had to decide between public's opinion, because you have an entire culture rooting for Tory thinking that he's innocent. I mean, that's probably not how the law works. So, Exhibit A, yes, Megan Thee Stallion was shot. Not only has her x rays been released, the surgeon who worked on her foot testified in court and confirmed that there was a surgery and confirmed that they removed bullets and the fragments and everything. So I'm going to show you that, and we can just all agree that Megan Thee Stallion was shot. And then we're going to go back from there. Here's the x-ray. And the thing that really irks my nerves about this is that all of this is online, guys. You just got to really look for, like, you got to really read. I have the court transcripts. I read it's 200 something pages. I read it to make sure I understood everything. So this is on the left foot. Just looking at this looks like this is the one that she actually had surgery on. And then this is the right foot, which were the bullet fragments. That's just my opinion, but it has left and right. So they removed bullets out of one foot, and the other one still has fragments in it. She was shot. This is also the picture of Tory Lane's. This was put into evidence. This is also a picture of him the night that they were arrested. Does this look like an innocent man? You gotta look at the energy of people. It looked like he just shot somebody. Does it look like he's distraught that this girl shot this other girl? Also, let's zoom in on something. Why that trigger figure look like that, y'all? Can somebody tell me? Look a little swollen. Unless he just got discoloration in his hand. So with this, I know you can ask, how is it that a person can shoot someone and just be so confident? Their DNA wasn't found on the gun. Guys, Tory Lanez was not supposed to have a gun. Tory Lane shot Megan. It's not like he shot her and then immediately the police were called. He shot her and minutes had passed. They left from one place from the neighborhood and they went to another place. The police had to find them, guys. It was a lot of time in between this. So I can imagine. I don't know how guns work. I've never done anything illegal. Anything that I own is legal, very legal and registered. So, I'm pretty sure there was things that was done wiping off the gun, shit that people that's not supposed to have a gun would do. Okay? So that's how we get into the evidence. Another thing, when it comes to Tory, his own witness pointed that he shot the gun. He was confused on whether the first shot came from Kelsey or came from Tory because Kelsey and Tory was on the same side of the car. According to Kelsey's testimony, Tory had to get, like, he was over the car. Tory is short. If Kelsey is standing here and Tory is standing here, and there's a man watching from behind, he don't know for sure who the gunshot. He don't know if the where the first one came from, but he for sure saw Tory firing the gun wildly. Now, regardless if you want to say Kelsey shot it first, whatever makes you feel great about it, you know, Tory shot Megan. We know for a fact Tory shot at Megan. That is evident. That is documented. Um, what you mean? What's up with the movie at? What's up with the movie at Neek? I don't know. I think you're trying to say Neek at Night. That is from a black YouTuber who was in the courtroom. Her name is Neek at Night. She also has the footage of the full audio recording of Megan and Kelsey. I mean, of Kelsey's testimony. And she was at the courthouse and she got the documents from the courthouse and she released them. Because whenever something is in trial, you can't get the full transcripts, all of the evidence, everything, because it's public record. This is what Kelsey said when she went in for her testimony just 2 months, 3 months before the trial. My purpose of me speaking my truth is just to free myself from this. I tried to free myself a long time ago, but every time you turn around, she's making a song about me, making a diss track about me, talking about me. And see, that's the other thing that people don't understand. They think that we fell out behind Tory. That's not true. Kelsey was liking Nicki Minaj's post about being the queen and talking about her mother, all of this stuff. Kelsey is not mad about Tory. Kelsey is mad because she feels humiliated. Because Kelsey, in my opinion, is just very weak minded. The whole basis of her being upset with Megan is that Megan did not clear her name. When people were trying to figure out who shot Megan, they said, well, Kelsey shot her, Kelsey shot her, Kelsey shot her. These are the bots that are in Tory Lane's comments. And I can imagine that people were reaching out to her, inboxing her, harassing her. And she felt like Megan was supposed to clear her name, make a post and clear her name and say that Kelsey didn't have anything to do with it. And Megan never did. I can imagine that Megan was counseled to not say anything. Megan never did. Megan kind of just ignored her. And from there, Kelsey was pretty much like, well, if you're not going to clear my name, I'm not going to clear nothing. And then that's when Megan started going live and exposing Kelsey. And she made the songs talking about Kelsey. And Kelsey just feel like that's the end of it. I ain't got shit to say about nothing. Yes, bitch, I saw it. But you should have hushed. And she said in her statements that, in her song, she said that you should have kept it quiet and I would have spoke. She's pretty much saying, bitch, if you shouldn't have started talking about me and, running your mouth like you don't need me. What you saying, Chris? Let me see. What am I doing? Let me open this up. So Megan Thee Stallion pretty much threw shots at her ex best friend Kelsey, and then Kelsey dropped her a little diss back. She said, never been a jealous friend, and the people really know. If you would have kept it silent, then I would have been told it. So she's pretty much saying, bitch, if you wouldn't have started talking shit about me, I would have been told the truth. And the title of her diss track is called Who Shot You? Y'all go look that up on YouTube. That is Kelsey Nicole, Who Shot You? And that was the diss to Megan. What else we got? I got some more lyrics on here. Who shot you? Because you know it wasn't me. I was 10 toes down whenever you had beef. It's a goddamn shame. All you had to do was clear your best friend's name. All you had to do was keep it real and stay the same, but you switched up on me for the money and the fame. Kelsey's pretty much like, when everybody was saying I shot you, you should have cleared my name. But you didn't, because your label is telling you what you should or shouldn't say. But I'm your best friend. You should have cleared my name. And Megan is pretty much like, I said Tory shot me. Like, what more do you want? So then Megan's other friend, I need some music or something. I don't like talking in silence. Like, it should be. Can I say shit? Facebook. So then, Megan, Kelsey, as my best friend, why would you meet up with the person you saw shoot your best friend? Kelsey's response was that she wanted to hear Lane's versions of events. Allegedly, Tory called Kelsey over to apologize. Worse yet, he allegedly promised to fund her business ventures if she stayed quiet. So Tory Lanez had already mentioned that he was going to pay them off to stay quiet, and I think that's why Megan told the police that told the police that she stepped on glass, because when she got to the hospital, she told the paramedics or the people, the surgeons, that she don't know what happened. She was running away from a party, and she might have stepped on something. They kept asking her over and over again, and and then they told her that she had bullets in her feet. And then after that, she's just like, well, yes, I was shot. You know what I'm saying? So I really think that Meg was gonna keep it quiet. Kelsey wanted that money. She wanted that $1 million. Megan's other best friend called Kelsey out for not speaking about it, for not clearing Meg's, for not saying that Tory shot her. Like, Kelsey was keeping it quiet at this time. Kelsey was heated that Megan got on Beyonce's internet, on Jay-Z's title, and dropped that diss record. She was heated. This comes from, oh my God, you can't see it. Well, you see it, J Lai or whatever. And this was a post. She wrote it September. She wrote it in 2020, a couple what was that, like a couple of months after the incident, and she's responded to Kelsey. And guys, if y'all want to see a picture of her, let me know. I'll pull it up. She says, like, how the you so silent, you goofy long face itch. How can you come in my room that day at the LA house? Oh yeah, remind me to drop the background information about the LA house. The LA house. Kelsey was living with Megan during the time of the shooting. Kelsey packed up all of her things from Texas and moved with Megan. And Megan later kicked her out for meeting up with Tory. Kelsey got to go back to Texas. So she took that hush money from Tory. Cause, all right, bitch, you ain't talking to me. This nigga over here gonna pay for my business. He talking about $1 million. You don't want to talk to me, but you need me. I'm finna go over here and look out for myself. After you done already smashed this man and didn't tell me. Anyways, you came in my room that day at the LA house and said verbatim, Tory shot Megan. You forgot you came back around 4 p.m. after you got dropped off, telling me the details about how he pulled out a gun during a petty argument and he got mad and shot her. How the fuck you let that midget shoot my friend? I mean, she ain't got nothing to do with that. You coward mouse. She really lied to me of all people about being injured because Tory was beating yo ass. Now, guys, mind you, this came out in 2020. This came out in 2020 before, of course, the trial and everything. Kelsey went to her other best friend and lied to her how she got the bruises. She didn't want to admit to her friend that Tory beat her up. She didn't want to admit that. She lied. So this man shot your best friend, beat you up, like all y'all got into a fight, And you go and tell the other best friend, a lie about what happened to the injuries. Kelsey, was you in love? Your nigga was at home. Excuse me. Texas home. Anyways. You really lied to me of all people about being injured because Tory was beating your ass. What happened to that? Why you ain't say nothing? But Meg's supposed to be your best friend. That's not how best friends work. And you know you're wrong. God gonna handle you accordingly. I also remember you mentioning that they gonna have to pay you or something. Or you forgot. That must be where that little necklace came from. I wonder why you only posted it on Facebook with that weak ass freestyle. Remember how Tory called you and I told you to decline it? And we both listened to a voicemail of his ass crying, saying how sorry he was for shooting her and how he was too drunk. That amnesia a fool, huh? Y'all keep asking why Kelsey's silent. Well, talk now, bitch. Karma gon' fuck you, Miss Girl. This was in 2020 when Megan's other friend posted this, guys, and this was before the jail call was leaked. It's looking very consistent on her side that she spoke nothing but facts. That Kelsey met up with Tory. Moonwalker Lizzo. Um, yes. So I can't say whether or not Kelsey took the money, but Kelsey met up with Tory. That for that girl to not have been in the incident and for her to have facts that has already been exposed, I believe everywhere that she said. Kelsey switched up. Kelsey switched up because she wasn't nobody talking to her. And she's really like a little pygmy, if you ask me. She's one of those type where she want to be picked. Think about it. She's Megan Thee Stallion's best friend. She's the one that Megan's taking everywhere. The other homegirl low key put off. Like, we don't, she posts things about her and Megan, but she's not riding the coattail of being Megan's friend. She's just a regular person. She had under 10,000 followers at this time. She wasn't really looking for clout. But Kelsey met Tory Lanez at Rock Nation brunch. Kelsey is everywhere that Megan is. And from my understanding, Kelsey was Megan's assistant or something that Meg had her. Even to the point of where Megan moved Kelsey to her new house. Kelsey wanted to be in the industry bad, and she's still working on it right now. She's allegedly, or I don't know, in the works of her being on Love and Hip Hop Houston. She, her husband, correct me. She ain't no baby mama. Her husband, is an executive of 1501. Somebody put in my TikTok comments that he just had another baby on her and she still stayed. And she said she's working. She has artists. So I think that from what I can see, I think that she probably looked at Megan as being her first big project and Megan dropped her. Megan dropped her under the Council of Rock Nation. Rock Nation's management. Because Kelsey said in her testimony that, or like when she was talking to the DA, she was saying how while Megan was in the hospital, whoever the representative from Rock Nation was calling her and talking to her, and they told her to go back home, and Kelsey's like, well, where's Meg? So I can kind of understand Kelsey a little bit now. Kelsey feel like, she's been doing all of this stuff for Megan, and when this situation happened, it was supposed to be us. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be us, and you just dropped me without letting me know. So she immediately went over to Tory to get the money. You know what I'm saying? To protect herself and her kids. I think she felt kind of hurt that Meg didn't want to be her friend after her getting shot. And I think Meg was just paranoid about the money. Maybe Meg just one of them bipolar because I ain't gonna lie, I'll do that in a minute. I got that bad. Like, I'll talk about things, but if you do something so messed up, that's why I need to be on another platform because I want to just curse. But if you do something so messed up, I just feel like, what is it there to talk about? You know what you did. Like, you know what you did. I don't have to give you that energy. So Kelsey felt shaded. She felt left out. Megan dropping these verses about her. She went to rap. You know what I'm saying? So Kelsey is just like, you switched up on me. And Megan is like, bitch, you met up with Tory without telling me, without asking me. You know what I'm saying? Or even the fact that you wanted to meet up with him after he shot me, it's like, I can't trust you. And I can really understand both sides of that. So Kelsey is moving real grimy. But yes, she has stated multiple times that she did not shoot Megan. She did go in to testify because Megan subpoenaed her and her husband to testify, and they wouldn't come. And she finally came in, or the interview, and she spoke with the DA, and she gave her testimony. But something changed when she got on trial. I mean, on the stand, because she didn't want to testify. I'm guessing she felt like her interview was enough, but they subpoenaed her to court. When they asked Kelsey, did Tory pay for her lawyer, she said she don't recall. Either it's a yes or no. Now I don't recall. So this is my theory on it, because this is not just celebrity drama. This is real life shit, and you gotta understand, Megan, Kelsey. This is just like, this is hood mentalities. You know what I'm saying? Like, we surviving out here. So Kelsey just had her baby a couple of months before this trial. So now she got to go to court. Now she got to get a lawyer, which is why I think she didn't want any involvement in that. She said she just had a family member die. She just had a baby. She going through postpartum. And y'all want me to come to court and I have to have a lawyer? Now, if she was on her friend's side, her friend would have paid for it. The label would have paid for it, but she was not. So I think that she did a little with Tory. Tory gave her a lawyer, and they counseled her on what to say and what not to say in a way that won't point the finger at him and won't convict him, and keep her out the heat, which is why she was granted immunity. And they granted her immunity to kind of convince her to talk. She wasn't granted no immunity because her fingerprints or some shit was on the gun, or that she shot him. You gotta understand, it's a state versus this man. They don't give a fuck who did it. They just want whoever did it in their neighborhood in Los Angeles, where these families live. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't think that they would have discriminated against against Kelsey for Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is a E-list celebrity in LA. Come on now, be for real. So Kelsey did not shoot Megan. Tory shot Megan. Things got mixed up between Kelsey and Meg after Meg got shot. Meg pretty much cut everybody off. Kelsey felt the way. Kelsey went on over to Tory's side after Megan started, talking about her. And Kelsey was like, bitch, all you had to do was hush. I would have told it. Which that's a lie, because that's a lie, because her post, even in her post, she never said Tory shot her. She just says that she was there that night. She did see what happened. She didn't say straight out that Tory shot her. She didn't say what Rock Nation explicitly told her to say. For her lawyer, for legal reasons. It's the way he's supposed to state it. Yeah, Kelsey's giving very shady. It's just it's just giving one of those friendships where all of us toxic in this bitch. I'm a toxic friend in my way. You a toxic friend in your own way. We're not growing with each other. I can point the fingers at what you done to me. You can point the fingers at what I've done to you. But the full scope of it is that both of us are not good friends to each other. We are not for the betterment and the advancement of each other. Y'all became friends. They became friends in college. They were young. You know what I'm saying? The things that y'all used to do in college is not what you guys are going to do 10, 20, 30 years later. You have to grow friendships just like you grow a relationship. They probably were already outgrowing each other, and this was just the aspect that pushed them apart. It's just unfortunate that something like someone getting shot, something very traumatic, is the culprit of that, because I really do think that this is something that could have been talked about and that should have been talked about. And I just wonder why Megan I don't look at Megan as being a person that really strategically uses people. I think she discard people, but I don't think she uses them, because I know some people that would have kept Kelsey right here until she went to trial and testified, and then cut her off. And Megan just cut her off immediately. You know what I'm saying? So that is just really unfortunate. And the fact that the fact that hey, Gabrielle. So I already mentioned that I'm gonna pin your comment. I already mentioned that we will be live again. We'll be live again. Um, this is just me presenting the facts, and then we're gonna be live to talk about it. So I can't imagine. Damn, what the hell was I saying, y'all? Oh shit. So I really think that was something for them to talk. I think that was something that they could have talked about. Yeah, they're both just a toxic mess. As far as Nicki Minaj using Kelsey, here's the thing. I kind of changed my mind because at one point I said Kelsey was a what did I call her? I called her an airhead or something like that. Spineless. I called her spineless. That she just allows getting used. But you gotta think about it. Kelsey being strategic in this too. Somebody need to make this into a TV show. And this is the thing that really gets me about celebrity drama. People are so starstruck by celebrities that they feel like celebrities are these superhuman beings. They're just above us. Celebrities are just like us, but when you add money, power, and fame into it, it gets grimier. It's not as simple as a Rock Nation or Illuminati. This stuff is personal vendettas. Thank you so much. This is like personal vendettas, right? Everybody has motives. Everybody has motives. People have motives now in our regular life. Imagine you're Megan Thee Stallion, you're Nicki Minaj. Kelsey allowing Nicki Minaj to kind of use her and call it Kelsey's revenge and all of that. I really don't think Kelsey gives a fuck about like the situation too much. I think she's a mother, she's married. I don't really think she got her ass on Megan, right? Kelsey has been off the internet for all of this time and came back on the internet intentionally when this stuff started with Megan. She started liking Nicki Minaj's post against Megan because Kelsey and her husband, they have a record label, or they have some dealings with the record label. They got a producer that's under them. Like she's trying to get into the business. The one thing that you need as an up and coming person is Nicki Minaj's cosign. Nicki Minaj's cosign. Kelsey is not about to take sides and put nothing or no one above her career anymore. So I started out like, ew, Kelsey, but now I kind of respect her. I think Homegirl got something up her sleeve. I do think the thing with her and Megan is it's a big misunderstanding, man. I tell anybody, like, communication is the key. Communicate. Like, I used to do that shit, like, shut down when I'm feeling the way, passive aggressiveness, be passive aggressive, not really be direct when something really bothers me because I didn't know how to communicate it. So I'm doing like subtle, all that stuff. But I've learned that like just communicate. And when I say passive aggressive, it's more so it's more so like with people that I love and care about, like like close family members. That like now I don't care what it is. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, and we can agree to disagree. But I just think that the situation with Megan and Kelsey, it just should have been a conversation. Megan is on defense mode. Who wouldn't be? Bro, could you freaking imagine that? I drink this water. Your mother died in 2020. You befriend this person, Tory, which was probably like, one of her first friends in the industry. You know what I'm saying? As far as like someone who understands what she went through. You had sex with this man. Y'all, they was getting drunk. They was getting towed up together. Like they was drinking and they smashed a couple times. That was her brother. But You befriend this man, and y'all common ground was that y'all lost, both of y'all lost a mother. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you love your friend, but your friend way over in Texas, you and this man, like y'all on quarantine radio together. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just got this confusing ass shit. And even Kelsey said that the bodyguards say they do this all the time. They do this all the time. Kelsey and Tory, Megan and Tory, they been fighting each other. They been like that. That was just their like they're trauma bonding. They're two people trauma bonding. They drink alcohol to relieve themselves. Even Tory put in his letter to the judge that he want to be he want to be considered for his PTSD and his alcoholism. Both of them were like twin flames connecting with each other. Months after Megan's mother died, you get shot. Regardless if y'all think Kelsey, which we just proved that Tory shot her. Regardless if you think Kelsey or Tory shot her, Megan was shot by somebody close to her. Period. Point blank. So when Kelsey's coming at her, I'm guessing telling her, or whenever she found out that Kelsey linked up with Tory, she don't know who to trust. She don't know who to trust. You know. You're right about that. If you ain't being used, you're useless. And I think we all know that. We all use people in some form. We just don't like when we're being used. We don't like when somebody beating us at our own game. Oh yeah, I got started. I started babbling. I don't even know where we left off at. Kelsey and Megan. Kelsey allowing Megan to use her in this beef. Kelsey may be using Megan in this beef. If Nicki Minaj put out another diss record, it don't matter if the record sell 1,000 units. Kelsey is gonna have the barbs. She's about to be on Love and Hip Hop Houston, and I bet you she got an artist. She's gonna have an artist. This is y'all. This is better than TV unfolding. I'm telling you. While paying attention to these celebrities, you learn a lot about power and manipulation. Okay, let's make sure I got everything on that. Yeah, so make sure I got all the comments. Twin Flames, Tori and Meg. I really feel that way. Absolutely feel that way, and I feel like that's the reason why. I feel like that's the reason why Megan initially wanted to protect her, man. Like this is not like you met somebody off the street and they shot you. This is a friend. This is a friend. Like people look at abuse and domestics and all. People look at that shit differently, man. They think it's like some type of movie. Oh, he hit me. I hate you. I'm gonna kill you. No, it's so many different emotions because you actually not only do you care, which I think I need to be over this way. Which way? Which way we going? Oh no, I need to be over this way. Because, not only I'm still confused. Hold on, y'all. Let me look at my camera because I'm streaming from this other one. Damn, I gotta be over here. This shit is weird, bro. Because not only is this someone that you care about, this is someone that you've talked to. You guys, they have shared deep things. They share a loss. So he's talking about, him missing his mother and things that he went through and he experienced. So when it comes to this man shooting her and telling the police, yeah, he shot me in LA. Come on, be for real. So I do think part of Megan wanted to. Thank you. I do think that Megan wanted to protect him, and I think she was going to protect him. But when the doctors actually found the bullet fragments, it wasn't nothing else that she could do but say, "Yeah, I was shot." And the way Tori switched it on her and just started making it her versus him, I'll be traumatized too. What about now? I gotta set a certain. Can you hear me now? What are we working with? What does that mean? Well, if the volume isn't right, I'll be able to edit it for YouTube, y'all. Live is we really be in the trenches on live. Live just how it turn, how it come up is how it come out, but we go edit it for YouTube. So yeah, Nicki Minaj saying, how you get shot with no scars. Guys, we are proving that Megan was shot. We got the X-rays, testimony from the doctors. Um, Kelsey has stated multiple times that she never shot her. Um, it's so many documents out there. So many. It just depends on if you want to accept it or not. You could still be a fan of Tory Lanez. You could. I mean, I think it could actually deepen your connection with Tory Lanez. It's like what what is up with you that like what trauma, what level of PTSD have you experienced that makes you shoot a person? Oh, I get what you're saying. Oh, okay, okay, okay. I got you, got you, got you. All right, we get into this last topic. Um, Nicki Minaj husband, Kenneth Petty. Who raise your hand? Put in the comments. Raise your hand if you think this is an innocent man who some lady lied on and is trying to get money from Nicki Minaj. Let me know what you got. Or just let me know your theory on it. Nicki Minaj went crazy over the Megan's Law line. And this is how lethal that line is. Because yes, Megan's Law is a law that requires you to register as a sex offender. It's a California law. Kenneth Petty was arrested in 2019 or 2020 for failing to register as a sex offender in California. Megan cleared with that line. Megan cleared with that line. Nicki Minaj has defended her husband multiple times about this, and she has stated, that it's a lie. He was railroaded by the lawyers at 16. He didn't have enough money, so he just took a plea deal, which is why he has attempted rape. Attempted, although he did rape her. Again, that's somebody else that got off very easy. He served 4 years. He at 16 he served 4 years for attempted rape, and he got out. Nicki Minaj says that it never happens. Nicki, there has been edited videos of Jennifer Hugh recanting her story. Guys, it was so many jump cuts in that video. I don't know how people don't know that it was edited. I think people don't care. Jennifer Hugh's daughter, and I just followed her. And I didn't want to say anything. And I usually don't follow people, when I'm researching and all of that. But I genuinely liked her vibe because, I as far as Jennifer as her daughter, like I can see if she was riding the coattail of all this stuff going on with Nicki Minaj. It just sincerely looked like this is a normal family. They are minding their business, and they have been getting harassed by affiliates of Nicki Minaj for a long time. We have been seeing with all of this stuff with the Barbs, people phone in homes getting doxxed, people harassing them, looking up where they live, and is not blaming Nicki Minaj because she's not doing it, but she's also not stopping it. So for this great victim come out years ago saying that affiliates surrounding Kenneth Petty and Nicki Minaj are harassing her, and they know where she lives and all of this stuff. They're getting death threats. Like it's on brand. So let's pull this up. This is Jennifer Hugh. who, I don't know how to say it, Hugh. This is her daughter who came on Facebook Live in 2020. I think this was the year Nicki Minaj was pregnant, and she was just talking about it. And this is a short clip, guys. It's a entire hour video.
Money, but my mom's hurt. She's really hurt, and it came to the point. Money, but my mom's hurt. She's really hurt, and it came to the point where now I can't even walk in a house and say, "Hey, mom." We've moved to 3 different places since the shit surfaced because we're getting death threats. That shit's deep. I have a 5-year-old sister, bro. That shit's really deep. So we're getting death threats. People saying that they know who I am. You know, I'm a social media person, y'all. I'm allowed to express myself. I'm allowed to be out there and about there because why? Because that's what I do. I'm an influencer. I'm a healer. This is what I'm here to spread the word, but I can't even do that because I feel like I'm being watched. I have messages on my old Facebook as to why I made a new Facebook talking about, I know your mother. These are people who are digging for my mom to change her whole story. How do you ask a rape victim to change their story? And I know it would be different if my mom just came out about this shit, you know, seeing this nigga on Nicki's page and like, oh, I know that nigga. Okay, let me get this nigga now. No. She went to the police that same day. She ran to school, y'all. She was in the office bleeding. School office bleeding. She took that nigga to jail that day.
Let me know if you want me to play that again. So that's the basis of it. Jennifer and her daughter was being followed and harassed and asked to change her story after Kenneth didn't register in California because for some reason, I guess they moved to California, and he just thought it would go away, but you definitely have to register in California. So from that time is when people were coming to Jennifer and asking her to take her story back. Now, I truly believe that Nicki Minaj believed his story. I don't think that Nicki I don't think he's confessed to Nicki that he's done it. I think that he is stating his innocence, and Nicki loves her husband. Here's another thing about Nicki Minaj and Kenneth. Um, if you look at any relationship Nicki has been in, every relationship has been a career move. And guys, this is going to go back to Rock Nation. I saw this on TikTok with Nosy Neighbors. Shout out to them because she just solidified what I've been thinking. I didn't know how to communicate that. Nicki Minaj, since the beginning of her career, has been aligning herself to the right people. Nicki Minaj is a power driven woman. Nicki Minaj, she has all the potential to have that power. And I think that she's reached a point where she realized that all of her efforts have not given her what she wanted, and she's in defense mode. Nicki wants the power, and she could still have it if she move a certain way. So, anyways, um, if you look at every relationship that Nicki Minaj has been in, it has always been somebody that is for the progression of her career. She dated freaking Safari first. Safari was like her first boyfriend, and they were together for so many years. Yes, she loved him, but they started out rapping together, and then he started, writing hooks of and all those things for her, like helping her with her creative process. He got her through the door. They broke up. She moved on to Meek Mill. When they first got together, I was just like, Meek Mill, like this is the Nicki Minaj with Meek Mill. I mean, there ain't nothing wrong with Meek. I like Meek, but it just wasn't giving Nicki Minaj, man. I would have accepted her and Drake. Mm-mm. But Nicki Minaj is not at that time, especially. Why would she go with Drake when they're signed to the same label? Nicki Minaj is a very strategic, dark feminine energy, very heavy in her dark feminine. She does things logically, intentionally. Um, Meek Mill signed to Rock Nation. Remember, I said earlier that that Nicki stated that the only person that she would have signed to is Jay Z if it wasn't for Wayne. Jay Z and her got something more in common. They're both from New York. Jay Z, like it's like you sign a Jay Z or Wayne, like you're winning. But Jay Z has the power. He has Beyonce behind him, Rihanna, Kanye West. Around this time when Nicki Minaj got into the industry, these were the biggest people. Rock Nation didn't manage her, so she started dating Meek because Meek had affiliation with Rock Nation. She's dated Nas, and I think Eminem. I thought that was a rumor, you know, but Nicki Minaj went through this phase of, and it was somebody else. I have to dig for it. But Nicki Minaj went through this phase of dating men that could progress her career. I think that her husband was the first man that she's with that she actually loved. And granted, this is someone that she had been talking to when she was a teenager. So, this thing kind of went around full circle. And he groomed her. She was about 14 and he was about 20. So she's still like a victim. But Nicki would never call herself a victim. Um, so I don't think that Kenneth has um I don't think he's admitted anything to her. I don't think he sat her down and said, "Yo, Nick, I did this when I was da 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 da. This is what happened." I genuinely believe that he sat her down and told her that it was a lie. You know, she's white. You know, it was this and it was that. I think she's being misled by her husband. Let me just say that. So I'm guessing that, whenever all of this came to light and he didn't register with California, the people was trying to go after Jennifer and encourage her to tell the truth because this is what Kenneth is putting it. Guys, this is all my speculation. This is not something that I know for a fact. But this is all what Kenneth is putting in everybody, in those people's ears that he didn't do it. He didn't do it. He didn't do it. I don't think he admitted to nobody that he did it, honestly. So that's why they're harassing her. Let's get into some details on the case that there has been evidence. The rape victim has she originally sued Nicki Minaj and Kenneth, but she dropped Nicki Minaj from the case because she can't prove that Nicki was, behind her harassing her. All right, let's get into it. Guys, I got so much, so I gotta find it, but it's here. Is that all? Come on, I be for real. That's all I put on here. Mm. So the thing that's notable about the case with Kenneth Pettit and Jennifer Hugh is that, first off, she went to the police the same day. If she would have went back a week later, months later, because I don't get that. We say that whenever someone comes out and say he raped me 10 years ago, well, why did you take so long? But you have a case where a victim went to the police the same day, and it's, oh, she's lying, and she's the you know, mm, guys, rape happens. Okay, people get men do it, women do it. Men just so happen to do it a lot. But that's another story, another day. And I'm not saying all men. I'm saying the men that does it. Anyways, um, yeah. I think our mentality around this is just construed because even if a man was to come out and say that a woman took advantage of him, they will laugh at him and says that he's a pussy, he's weak. You know what I'm saying? It's like we look at sex as being something that we own. We look at sex as something that we own. Like it's weird. Anyways, yes, so the same day that this incident happened, immediately after she reported him to the police, a rape kit was done, DNA was done, and the DNA was found. He according to the Daily Beast, um and the Daily Beast is very, I fact checked it because it appeared in the new lawsuit where Kenneth was saying that Jennifer was reaching out to blogs to embarrass his wife, and the court ruled that there was nothing malicious about the article. It was factual. So, anyways, in 1994, Kenneth Petty, after the incident, after Jennifer reported him to the police, they questioned him and they asked him, about it. He said that he did not have sex with anyone that day and that he saw Jennifer at the bus stop, but he didn't say anything to her. He said he told them that he did not have sex with anyone that day. If this was someone who just had consensual sex, why wouldn't you just say, "Yeah, me and my girl, we did a little something, something"? They later got the checker boxers that he had on. They swabbed it and they found the DNA for sperm. And they had already did the rape kit on Jennifer for the same, and they found the same sperm. And the DNA showed that he did in fact do that. Let's look here. Jennifer also said that Kenneth had found her at the bus stop, put a blunt object in her back, which she thought was a knife, and told her to walk. They actually find a photo of the long knife. It didn't have any blood on it because he didn't cut her. But they found sperm on the boxer shorts collected from him. So I understand we want to feel like there's this woman out there that wants Nicki Minaj's money and lied on her husband 30 years ago. I think she wants to be left alone and she don't want to be harassed. And with everything that's going on now, we can't say that that is off brand for Nicki Minaj. This lady came out 4 years ago saying that people were harassing her and following her, and the fans does that. And if this is not of Nicki Minaj, then she should realign herself. And, I really looked at Nicki as someone who was just evil and all of these things, but I just really think that she I really think that she surrounds herself with the wrong people, bro, and she really be loyal. She really be loyal. I think that's her way of showing loyalty is, riding. I don't think she would ride for girls like this. She ain't gonna put herself in no beef, but she believes her husband, and she's listening to him. And one thing about it, these niggas be lying. These niggas be lying. I also have the pictures of Jennifer the day of the shooting of the harassment. Oh, that's not what the hell I wanted to put. Smile, bitch. Smile. I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you. Mm-hmm. Let's see. I got these pictures. Here we go. This is from 1994. And mind you, both of them was 16, y'all. But here's the thing. When people say, yeah, she had a bite mark on her face. It looks like that's what choke marks. This is 9/16/94. I was a 1 month old baby. So they took these pictures. They did a rape kit. And yeah, it happened. She also wrote a statement, or there was a statement written um, that was put in the case saying that, thank you. You said I'm doing good. What did I say? What did I say? I'm doing good explaining. So yes, there was yes. So in the In the original claim, there was a letter that was typed and that she signed off on that pretty much said that it was consensual sex, that they were going together, and that they got into an argument. She didn't want to have sex, but it wasn't rape. That's what the letter says. Now, this is a 16-year-old. Jennifer stated, and I could play the video if you want me to. I gotta find it. But she stated that at that time she was 16. She went to the police saying that another 16-year-old boy did that to her. His family was after her. His sisters was after her. They was harassing her, because you have to understand, this is a 16-year-old who did something. When you put that up, I wasn't trying to. Oh, thank you. I get it. The live be a little delayed, but she was a 16-year-old. She didn't have parents. She lived with her adoptive parents. I think that's a huge thing to understand. She lived with her adoptive parents. According to her, Kenneth's family was reaching out to her. She was 16, harassing her. The sisters, older sisters and shit, trying to beat her ass. You know what I'm saying? You lying on my little brother, bitch, type shit. Because they believe that their 16-year-old son, brother, nephew didn't do that. So they're harassing her, and her adoptive parents advised her to just drop it because it's causing too much trouble on this lovely couple. They didn't have you. Not saying that they don't love you, you know what I'm saying, but they just feel like, I adopted you and you bringing all this to my front door. Just go ahead and drop it. It's not worth it. So his parents, along with the lawyers, they was contacting her and just saying that, you can change your story, you won't get away with it. Because you got to think about it. His lawyers' tactic was to convince this 16-year-old to change her story, because you could get a 16-year-old to change your story. If you press them hard enough, you can get that. So that was submitted to evidence, and Jennifer said that she did want to drop the charges because it was too much. It something happened to her and it destroyed her life. Everybody was just after her, and of course, the courts did not allow her to drop it. They went on, and he pled, and he served his 4 years for attempted rape, and she moved away. So when all of this resurfaced with Nicki and him, they started harassing her, saying, hey, you remember you tried to recant your story back in 1994? Come do that now, because now he's moved on with his life, and now he got this wife, and they don't need that. And he very much did do it. He's just lying to everybody around him. And everybody around him is riding for him because they believe him. Who want to believe that they next to a graper? Although he was accused a second time. Around the same time, he was accused of, having sex with a 12-year-old. He was over 16, I know for sure. Well, how does that make sense if he went to jail? He probably was about side eyeing. So yeah, Kenneth would do a lot better by admitting to his wife that it happened. Admitting to his wife that it happened. Because, Kenneth is just like, let's get to the money. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely using Nicki Minaj's status for, I think he's like an executive or something. He does have money. He does have money. But like I'm telling you guys, it's about power. This ain't about no money. Having power gives you money in the long run. Being affiliated and associated with these people get you into doors that you could not have gotten in. Regardless if him and Nicki Minaj stay together or they break up, he won. Kind of. So that's why Megan's Law hit different. What is this? Oh yeah, we just did that. Cool. So I think I covered everything I could think of with Nicki Minaj and Megan Thee Stallion. This situation between Nick and Meg is not a personal. It is all career. It is all about career. It's all career. You know, Nicki Minaj is about power. She feels like, if she helped somebody younger, they owe her unwavering loyalty. I wouldn't say I'm a DJ on Station Head. I don't. That was my first time using the app, so I don't really know what it's for. I just play music on there. I do sessions. Okay, I only did one session. You know how bitches be. Bitches do one thing and they be. I did one session on Station Head last night. We did a little R&B, but I do want to get on there. I don't know how it worked though. Maybe you should let me know. So yeah, this thing with Meg and Nicki is all career. When Nicki Minaj did the song with Megan, um, Nicki just automatically side eyed her once she started working with Beyonce and when she started working with Cardi, and then got signed to Rock Nation. Nicki Minaj was like, "Bitch, I can't trust you." And then she thought about, well, you did tell me to get an abortion or whatever. You ain't right. You a snake. You know what I'm saying? So, Nicki Minaj just kind of feels like, how does Megan, who's been in it at this time, been in the game for 1 or 2 years, get signed to Rock Nation before me? You know, then when Beyonce said, "If you want to see some real ass, baby, here's your chance," Nicki Minaj was like, "Oh, these bitches shading me," and that's when she put, "Your real ass can't keep your nigga at home." Ooh, it's feisty. What's going to happen with this beef? Let's see. Nicki Minaj is going to have a what is that? Nicki Minaj is going to have she's going to be in battle with a lot of people. This tour for her is not doing well right now. It's not doing well for her right now. For her to be Nicki Minaj on tour, that shit should be like, y'all remember how the Renaissance was? Oh, now even Beyonce still had, empty seats, but it should have been a process like register by email, reserve it, and nobody's talking about that tour. And she goes on tour within the next few months. She's spending so much time online and making disc records and on live. I don't think she's at rehearsal for the tour. I don't think she's constructing her tour because she's so busy trying to defend. She's too busy stooping down to where people are at right now. She forgot she up here. Yes, Megan Thee Stallion is going on tour, but this is Nicki Minaj's first tour in years. Nicki got to deliver, but Nicki is not a great live performer. She's a horrible live performer. She's never been a great performer, So this tour is going to be one for her. Ken the Barbie already dropped the receipts that and that's the thing. She went at Ken the Barbie and Ken the Barbie like works for MTV and all these different I think it's MTV, VH1 or something. So he got access to real like he know how to find documents. And there's a lien on Nicki Minaj and her tour to where she owes so much money. Okay, yeah. Let's do that. We can actually link up on there. I really like Station Head a lot. So yeah, just let me know. Um so yeah, Nicki Minaj has a lien on her tour. Pretty much like all of the profits, according to that document, all of the profits from this tour is not hers. So she's going to be relying heavy on merchandise, which is why she's coming out with a press on nail um line. And like, why don't Nicki Minaj have anything else like big shit? Like, is it against her contract? Like, what's the ins and out of her contract? She's gonna do the tour. After that, she'll probably drop some albums, but she's relying heavy on controversy to keep her in it. She's very smart. She learned a thing or two from Kanye West. I think she need to take a break for about a year or two, and do some PR, clean up the image. You know, um, once you're done with the tours, be a mother. And well, I'm not saying like she ain't a mother, but like that's your PR move, focusing more like I'm taking a break from tour to focus on Papa Bear, and you know what I'm saying. Let people see you more in that light. These next couple of years, Meg is going to be winning. Meg got the best deal in history right now. No one expected this from Megan because the entire culture, everybody, I mean, not me and not her fans, but everywhere, every time you turned around, somebody was dissing her. Major blogs was dissing her. Celebrities were dissing her. Like loudly, publicly. They ain't give no fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like they was direct with it. They didn't believe her. No one thought that Megan could come back from that situation with Tory. I think that Megan's I think that Megan's deal with Warner Music was already in the works. But the light that Nicki Minaj put on it, it made them renegotiate better terms and sign that check fast. Because his is gonna is the way it's looking now, it's gonna debut into the Hot 100 charts as number one. And I think that's the first song to ever do that. Megan did her like this is just all aligned for her because think about it. Last year when it comes to rap songs, the first 6 months of the year had no rap albums that were I think it was yeah, no rap albums that was on the charts. No rap albums that were number one. No rap singles that was number one. So we just left from a drought of rap music. And Megan is coming and she's gonna get her first number one. It's rap. It's no pop. When you look at Nicki Minaj's numbers when it comes to the Billboard Hot 100, she I just looked at it. She only have 3 songs that went number one on the Billboard Hot 100, but those are features. I think no. I take that back. I think one is Super Freaky Girl, but and that took Nicki Minaj years. Nicki Minaj just broke Lauryn Hill's record, just broke it. Megan Thee Stallion is changing the game. She's changing the game. She has all of these brand deals. Hence, makes sense. I just asked what is going on. Like, why don't Nicki Minaj have brand deals? Megan is signed under Rock Nation's management. One thing about Rock Nation, they're gonna get you those brand deals. They're gonna get you those brand deals. That's why she got Doritos and Nicki Minaj doesn't have a good management team behind her. Megan's gonna be winning for the next couple of years. In order for Megan to continue, not right now, Megan has the fans. She has a heart core to her fans because, like, after a while, people are waking up like, bro, this girl is getting beat up in the media. So, I think regardless if it's good or bad, people are going to listen to it. The thing that goes against Meg is her same flow, and I love Meg, and I was like, damn, bitch, like, change it up, but Megan got her own production company. That production company is what does her music videos. Megan's music videos are top of the line. Top of the line right now. There's nobody else in the industry that is working like her. Megan is going to be, if she continues on this route, she is going to be the, in a few years, of course, she is going to be the Beyonce of rap. When you think of Beyonce, yes, you say queen, but Beyonce worked up into that because people was ignoring Beyonce and Destiny Child for years. Like Beyonce changed the game with our era for her live performances. Beyonce found what worked for her and she did it. Dropping those visual albums. I can see Meg dropping a visual album. I can see Meg, the production company is going to make her a lot of money. She has anime fans. She has Taylor Swift fans. She got Lotto fans, SZA fans. It's a beautiful moment. So yeah, Mega's gonna be on top for a few years. And this is not just gonna be I'm the hottest rapper, I'm the best rapper. This is gonna be straight business and strategies. Nicki Minaj is gonna kind of have that Whitney Houston moment. You know how when Whitney Houston was going through her shit or whatever, but she came back to clean up her image in the reality shows. You know, Nicki Minaj have to look at herself as a veteran. She's been in the game for years, so she can't really mingle with the little girls. And you get, you can't really mingle. You a vet. You don't need to be mingling with the people active in the field. Let them get active. Everybody have their. I'm gonna end it like this. I need water. Damn. Do y'all drink alcohol and water separate? Cause I do. I'm gonna put it like this. Everybody have their character arcs. Like you got the moments where you on top. You got your moments when you're on top, and then everything goes down because it's just a growing moment. Every person reaches that. Every artist reaches that. Lizzo by Moonwalker. Who I don't know him. I looked it up. I really be doing my R&B thing on Station Head, but I don't mind. That's all I do is listen to music. Everybody reached that character arc. Nicki Minaj is reaching that point where it's she is the reason for this right now. Megan Thee Stallion, of course, is going to reach that as well. But Megan, she's maturing, she's growing. Megan hopefully should continue to go through her healing, go through her mental health and all of those things, because I think Megan's issue is communicating and reconciling things. And it's like Megan and Nicki are the same people. It's just Megan is a younger version, and I think that's what pisses Nicki off. Except for Megan, Megan is not catty and picking fights with people and all of that shit. But um, I really think that when Megan is like when someone has harmed her, she don't really want to talk about it. She don't want to talk about it. She gonna let you just whatever. But whatever she does after that is up to her. I think she cuts people off silently, and some of it can be talked about, and some of it, and she just don't really give a crap to talk about it. So I think that's the thing that while Megan is at the light, she could work on. Um, but she finna be winning. Another thing, Kelsey said she met Tory at the Rock Nation brunch. Saying she met Tory at Rock Nation brunch. Did you see that picture of Tory and Megan at Rock Nation brunch? Like, girl, how did you say I want to talk to him? And he behind your best friend like this, like you met him having this chemistry with her. She definitely wanted attention from him. This is that Rock Nation brunch. This is where you met him, and this is when you started sleeping with him. Girl, I was on him first. Do you really think Kelsey was true? Do you really think Tory was choosing Kelsey over Meg at Rock Nation? She was just the lowest apple that he wanted to smash. You was Megan Thee Stallion's best friend. I'm just going to, what I'm saying, smash you. But he really wanted Meg. A career move. God dang it, I'm done. Got any more questions? Put it in the comments. I will have this edited. Honestly, I don't even think I'm going to edit nothing out. YouTubers, my YouTube people, y'all gonna get this the way that y'all get it. If I got some pauses or some mistakes, just keep it moving. Don't act like that. Thank you guys for tuning in. This was long awaited, y'all. This was just a lot. Okay. Be looking forward to Nicki Minaj's beef with Rock Nation. She's gonna be saying how Rock Nation has been trying to smear her campaign, and then I think eventually she's already called Beyonce out. She stated Beyonce name in her song. She already called Beyonce out. But yeah, she's going to be going at Jay-Z. She's going to be going at all of these people. Now, if somebody come out and expose Jay-Z for anything that he's done in the past, Nicki Minaj is going to take that and fuel that. She's going to take that and fuel that. Nicki Minaj versus Rock Nation. She's going to have this campaign. Yeah. Got any questions? Any other requests, comments? If you got any objections to what I had to say, you can put them there. Keep it cute. Keep it based on the facts. and get at me. I really don't know when my next video is going to be on this page. I will be live with Mr. Danbriel Wright, and we're going to talk about these things. We're going to talk about everything. That's going to be more of, that is more of like he says, kitchen table talk. And I like kitchen table talk because you just keep it real. This was more of the facts and the cases, all of that stuff behind that. So thank you guys for tuning in so much. I'm about to go to bed because I'm sleepy. I don't know what that noise was upstairs. If you're on YouTube, if you're watching this from YouTube, thank you. Follow, like, subscribe. Follow me on all platforms. Oh, I will be posting my Station Head link. I'm going to be on Station Head. I love music. We're going to be just jamming and talking and vibing and talking about things or whatever. Make sure you follow me on there. And you guys have a great day, a great night. And I'll see you next time. Thank you.